Alright, we are live. It is week 8, game number 11 of the 2021 NFL season.
In Seattle, Washington.
It is between the San Francisco 49ers going up against the Seattle Seahawks from St. Langford in Seattle. We're going to let this go and see where life moving.
We'll see Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks taking on Jimmy Garoppolo and the San Francisco 49ers. We are just about set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. A few moments ago, they raised the 12th man banner, and this place, as usual, rocking and rolling. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the San Francisco 49ers. Here's the Australian-born player Mitch Wishnowsky to get things going. And off we go from Seattle. Take it in at the 3. And out the middle across the 25 to the 27. Now comes Russell Wilson in season number 9, 6-time Pro Bowler, as he gets set to lead this Seahawks offense.
Whenever you think about the Seattle Seahawks, one of the first things that pops to mind is how well they run the football and how much they like doing it. But you have to also look at how well Russell Wilson has played at the quarterback spot. Hasn't just been a game manager. Last year, over 4,100 yards passing, the second most in his career, 31 touchdown passes, and took care of the ball as well because he threw just 5 interceptions. If you need to open things up, Russell Wilson can get it done.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. These two rivals played 2 of the better games in the NFL a season ago. You remember week 17, it was Dre Greenlaw stopping Jacob Hollister at the 1 to preserve a 26-21 49er win. And now wound up both winning them the NFC West and earning them the number 1 seed. This one into the hands of Metcalf. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. They run it with Carson. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. The 49ers have Richie James back deep. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. First time we get to see the 49ers offense behind their quarterback. Now his 7th season as a pro from Eastern Illinois. It's Jimmy Garoppolo.
And there he is, the man known as Jimmy G, Jimmy Garoppolo, who I thought had a really nice year in 2019. So close to culminating with a Super Bowl title. Accurate with the football, completing nearly 70% of his passes, which was fourth best in the NFL. Nearly 4,000 yards through the air with a team that runs the ball with great efficiency. 27 touchdowns, but in the Super Bowl, didn't quite make the plays they needed down the stretch. But remember, some big wins last year. At New Orleans, at Seattle in Week 17, 2 playoff wins. He's continuing to develop as one of the better ascending players in the league.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked to turn to the side.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the headlines, but incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. Who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why these quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
And that's incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him, but forced that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Well, they got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. So change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their 2nd drive. And they're coming off a 3 and out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before and realize it hasn't worked for someone else. And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
On 1st down, Wilson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and it forced the incompletion.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. To throw again, Wilson. This is caught. It's Greg Olsen. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
That was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. And his throw here is incomplete. Greg Olsen was the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Wilson. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Disley. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now, you got a 3rd and 3. Wilson will throw again. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he's going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get a 3rd down conversion. Wilson to Metcalf that time. First down, Seattle.
We use the term pitch and catch a lot to denote an easy completion. We just saw one right there on 3rd and 3 to pick up the first down.
Why are those so tough to defend? Just because they hit so quickly?
Yeah, it's all about timing and confidence. Quarterback sees it, rips it, there you go.
They'll run on first down. Carson, and only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the lot. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, Wilson. They'll find Metcalf. And outbounds right around the 20. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did. That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. Myers' kick is good. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they might end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. A good-looking return set up here. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. And let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands and maybe the offense will move a little bit.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play.
That too.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. They'll look to Mostert to start things out. And shutting him off the open field. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles, gain some additional yardage.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Mostert. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. The tackle made by Benson Mayo. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Garoppolo going to give to Mostert. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Let's face it, that's just a helpless feeling for a running back there. He's looking up to find a hole, and all he finds is a whole lot of ticked-off linebacker.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And down he goes. A coverage sack. Took too long to get rid of it. L.J. Collier gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. And, partner, it's safe to say that the secondary really contributed to that sack.
Yeah, nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They covered everything. Nowhere to go with the football. But my question is, why didn't he throw it away?
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
Now Wilson on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive. It's a quick 1st down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in the play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On 1st down, it's Carson. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
On 2nd down, it's Carson. Now he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Good gain by Chris Carson, picks up a 1st down, and you just have to love his running style. Talk about a straight-ahead guy, no-nonsense type of a runner. He's averaged 82 yards a game over the last 2 seasons and had 1,230 yards on the ground in 2019.
And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Eric Armstead, the defensive end, will get credited for the sack.
And Russell Wilson gets sacked, and he tied for the most sacks in the NFL last season with 48 in total. But Seattle likes to throw the ball deep. So that means you're going to take more time to get the ball downfield. Sometimes the offensive line can't hold up, and he ends up hitting the deck on those plays.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Now it's Carson. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yards to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 29-yard line. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it they're picking up the first down. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to get the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do. And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. To throw again, Wilson. That is complete into the hands of Carson. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. What a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. From the gun, it's Wilson. Rolling, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. Made his first. This now 46 yards away. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they're able to double their lead just before half. It's 6-0. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up prompting them, Charles, and at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because after the sack, there was a little consternation there. We had a field goal range. Are we going to be able to get through it? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And it takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. And San Francisco gets set to go here. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Here we go. Garoppolo now, first down throw. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
I'll tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, someone's 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there forcing the completion.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there, first down. Now San Francisco can call their second timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. 10 more for him on that one. He's been a busy man. It's a 1st down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
1st down now, but that clock rolling. And yet again, it's Garoppolo. They'll get this into the hands of Mostert. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
From midfield, here's Garoppolo. That's caught by his running back, Raheem Mostert. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 35. Give them 14 on that one and a 1st down. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando, standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. And maybe time for this offense to really hit the reset button. They were shut out in the 1st half, but still, they're right in this game.
They certainly are. What I like about it is that you actually continue to play. You know, you just find a way to make a few plays yourself, and you noted it. Right there on the border in this game, they're not that far off. Just got to find a play or two, and they could be very happy at that point.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 23. Running on 1st down is Mostert, but he can only manage a yard, and that's about it before he's tackled.
But sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left in no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Garoppolo. That's complete to Mostert out of the backfield. The 40. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, 49ers. Raheem Mostert, 76 yards. And the Niners, if they can convert the extra point, they'll grab the lead. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Robbie Gold on for the extra point. He's got it, and they take the lead at 7-6. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Taking it about the 1. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the 3rd. They've been settling quite a bit. They've been able to move the football some, but they've just been settling. That's one of the reasons they're down on the scoreboard.
I love that word you picked, settling, because nowadays in this NFL, you're thinking touchdown almost every drive because everything's so high powered. Yeah, you'll take the field goal, but you always feel like you're leaving points out there when you don't put it in the end zone.
They'll be trying to put it in the end zone here on this drive. Well, throw on first down with Wilson. A quick target here, complete to Metcalf. And they get it down, but now before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat on first down.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And they'll get this well past midfield before they stop just before the 35. That'll be good for 20 on the catch and run.
Not only they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage too.
Absolutely, great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Operating from the gun. Wilson. They'll find Delore out of the backfield. That catch good for only a couple.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position. To actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. Here's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there. You might out of a smaller back. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Throwing again here, Wilson. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. 3rd down here.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. To throw again is Wilson. He's got this one complete to John Ursula. And this play comes to a hold at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the left hash, it's an even 15-yard attempt. And Myers able to knock it through. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. All 9 points for him coming via the field goal. And this last one puts him out in front.
All field goals are great, but you don't want to get pessimistic here, right? Because you can't score touchdowns to win games in the NFL. I just wonder if all these field goals, great now, or if they'll come back and haunt them later on.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. Here's Richie James on the return. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Garoppolo completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just help receivers find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there. And then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. This is Monster. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. In on the stop, the Pro Bowl strong safety, Jamal Adams.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether to take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. There's Garoppolo to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends, who you would think could absorb that contact.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And he comes back with one complete. And he is going to have the 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. So right out there for the nice pickup.
Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. Monster. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
I think it's a play call. You want to look for some quick hitters to your tight end. Any type of a route to replace what the linebacker was. Because when you saw the speed with which he reacted and stopped that play, maybe use that speed against him in the future.
3rd quarter of a 2-point game, a good one so far. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Tevin Coleman, now in his 2nd year with the Niners. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Niners on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. To throw is Garoppolo. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Quadre Diggs. He's at the 50, 30, 20, 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
How about the excitement that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now get that man an oxygen tank.
That's your boy Old Bobby said momentum, right?
Old Bobby, I think he's kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And that makes it a 9-point game. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Now James returning. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick six. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 24. Now Garoppolo to try and get after the pick six. That's complete to his running back Taylor. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
This possession means so much for them. They got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. From the gun, a run with Mostert. That's a run to work. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards.
What a breakout season Raheem Mostert had in 2019, and now he's got a chance to be the lead back for his team. In fact, he spent time in the offseason bulking up, trying to get stronger, to absorb the extra hits and be available for more snaps. He wants to be a guy who carries the ball from game 1 all the way through game 16 in the regular season.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now Garoppolo. They'll give this on the screen to Mostert. The first down screen pass, good for 5. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Over the middle of Kittle, complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 31-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Line of scrimmage with 31 now on 1st and 10. Garoppolo now. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's a first down. And that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And the Niners are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. 10 more there and another first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And the 49ers are going to have a 1st and goal with some good running there. Gets him down to about the 2-yard line. Knocking it over. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal.
Well, Brett, I always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
You want to.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
They'll run with Mostert. Down across the chalk. Into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Mostert, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the 49ers have cut it back within a score.
But got a little bit of everything on that run. Offensive line creating some space, but how about the guy running behind his pads into the end zone?
What does that mean when a guy says running behind his pad?
Means that he's going to be a physical runner. That way he's able to use his shoulder pads, his forearms, anything to ward off people to power his way forward.
Gold to add the extra point. And it's good. It cuts it to 2. 16-14 our score. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Raheem Mostert. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Taking it about the 1. And able to get this out to the 25. The Seahawks take back over. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock defensively. They have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Throwing now is Wilson. The Philip Dorsett hauls it in. Now San Francisco, they call their second timeout, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They'll try to run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They run again with Carson. And finally they get him to the ground, but it's all the way down at the Niners' 15. It's a big play there for Seattle. 44 yards. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. They'll lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, it's time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
The Seahawks in victory formation as they go ahead and take the knee. So the victory here for Seattle, and it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises, really both sides did, but they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? Those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaughan. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.
And thanks for having the Seahawks are winners 16-14 over the 49ers. I'm going to end this here. And I'll be back tomorrow for another live video and a week 16 NFL picks. So please like and subscribe. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a great day.